so they stopped. Right? Oh, there you go. Okay, now they're doing it at a very low volume. I was watching a video for my psychology class. The video is
he spent every waking moment.
It's called How Reliable Is Your Memory? Okay, this is a video that talks about the false memory syndrome of victims of crimes, and how people have spent decades in prison. Let me go back to here. All right, it's a TED Talk by Elizabeth Lotus. So I've watched a couple of videos. Actually, this is like probably the third or fourth one on this, and this is the one that was given to us in the psychology class to watch. And I've been watching this video, and then all of a sudden, the police shows up. I mean, that, you know, I haven't seen them on the side, but you can hear them. And they start with the whoop, and then they will, a couple seconds will go by, then you'll hear whoop, and a couple seconds will go by again, and you hear, and this is continuously until when I started recording. See, now that they realize I'm recording now, right, through the hacking into my device and stuff like that, and either that or through the remote monitoring, because I'm talking about it now, they adjusted the volume on the sirens to be low. So at the beginning of this video, you might be able to hear the sound, all right? And again, this is a particular sound that they would do. There's about one or two that they would do constantly, all right, in the early phase or stages of my targeting. And so they started doing that again, right? And this is coincide. There's a video that I got a couple videos to upload, but I've just been so on focus, and you know, because of the targeting, right? Because of the remote monitoring, and so I got to get back to that. But the constant use of people to bear false witness against me and other TIs, because this is what they constantly do, and is to get people, or even people you meet, and whether they be friends or you may become intimate with them, is to manipulate them into making them believe certain things. Okay, you know, and it is a pattern, right, that law enforcement have used over and over again. Not just law enforcement, but those even in the security agencies have using false witnesses, right? For example, you look at this even on YouTube. You look at cases where you have police officers claiming that people who, you know, their own snitches or what have you, or I forgot the word that they use, but anyway, to say that they bought drugs from this apartment. Meanwhile, you know, police go in there, blow up doors, ram doors, use, you know, various methods to knock down doors, and turns out that the so-called witness that they use lied, right? And particularly when you're giving people incentives like money to lie, it's like, what do you expect? So there is a report by the Guardian. It's not really a report, but it's documentation of this by the Guardian. This is coming from law enforcement own sources, which talks about how law enforcement, whether it be the FBI or police, whatever, how they pay people money, right, to become snitches of the state, of law enforcement. And so you have people making upwards of millions of dollars, not millions of dollars, who career is basically snitches for the police. So they have all the incentives in the world to lie because they're getting paid. And even when you find out that they lied, there's no repercussion against these people. They will still get hired again. So I did a video on this, okay? And I'm going to post this again to make people understand what's happening here. And there are people who are gladly doing this. So whether they're giving them money, whether they're giving them positions in the workplace or raises or other form of government support, right, in exchange for being snitches of the state. So, and of course, and this is where, like I said, I find my situation in terms of the people who I interact with, that I do believe that they're being paid and they're being given certain privileges or certain type of reward in order to participate targeting me, right? So, but again, I just did this video because, like I said, they will always find ways to target you, right? And then because of when you start to expose what it is that they're doing, and then you start to fight back, you research, you study the people that they get to manipulate you or to participate in your targeting. You look at what's happening in their life and how they may just get a job, and then 6 months or a year later they're promoted to some managerial position, right? Stuff like that. And it's not to say that these people don't know or they're not hardworking, but come on, especially if they're black too. So come on, ain't no black person working for no company or no institution that within a year they getting, they be in positions of management just like that, right? So come on, but anyway, that's not to say that it doesn't happen. Okay, but that's just to say that if you've known them for a while and the positions that they were in before, they didn't give them that sort of advancement, but all of a sudden when they started participating in your targeting very heavily, all of a sudden you start to see how their career has taken upheaval. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but there's an upheaval when it comes to their career. All of a sudden, that's one of the factors that you have to, as a TI, you have to take into consideration, that they've basically sold themselves out to whoever's doing this to you, and getting those types of reward, right? So just wanted to do this video because, again, this is never ending. This is continuously, and like I said, they'll have the police sitting out there monitoring my activity online or through remote monitoring if I'm reading, right, to do stuff like you said, like I just explained, sitting there, using the sirens on the police car as a means of intimidation, of harassment, okay? And so when they're displeased with what you are watching or reading, something that they don't like, they will do stuff like that, okay? All right, so I'll see you guys in the next video.